guys, and welcome back. In today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are asking, what does your boss think of you? What is your boss's opinion of you? So I've done quite a few, not quite a few, but I've done a few readings on like gossip at work and like what do your coworkers think of you, but I've never like specifically done what does your boss in particular think of you. So that's what we are going to be exploring today. So that's the topic. Pretty simple. So let's get started. Today we have 3 groups to choose from. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. For group 1 today, we have a celestite egg, which I think is my favorite in my whole crystal collection. We have a rough piece of fire quartz for group 2. And for group 3, we have a agate geode. It's very beautiful inside. But anyway, those are the stones for today. So go ahead and take as much time as you need to decide which group or groups that you feel most drawn to. You can pause the video if you need, of course. But when you're ready, please go ahead and click the corresponding timestamp in the description box below this video, and I will see you in just a second in your reading. Hi group 1, and welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here. You guys chose the celestite egg today. So today's reading, we are asking, what does your boss think of you? What is your boss's opinion of you? So let's just jump right in and get started. So your rune first, we have Perthro, very nice. From the Animal Spirit Oracle, we have the Crow. And from the Norse Mythology Oracle, we have Nifl, which says darkness and fog. And we have Utharbrun, which is the tree of fate, the tree of life, and it says decision, performance, and impact in reverse. So your boss might perceive you as being a bit indecisive in some way, indecisive. There's a lot of intelligence your boss perceives in you, though. So I feel like maybe your boss perceives you as really intelligent or really knowledgeable about what you do, or you're trying to seek knowledge if it's something you're newer at. But I feel like maybe because of this intelligence or this desire to kind of like know everything, have all the facts straight, your boss might perceive that you overthink a little bit too much to the point it makes you indecisive, in like a analysis paralysis kind of way. Like maybe they feel you might spend a little bit too much time planning on deciding rather than taking enough action. I don't feel like this is in like a super negative way though, like something that's like gonna affect a performance review or something. I just feel like maybe they see that's one area and where you could improve is less strategizing, less indecision, and more action taking. I feel like is something they would appreciate. I do feel like your boss really appreciates your again, your knowledge, your intelligence, but also your creativity. They also think you're a very clear, concise communicator. Sometimes when you do communicate, they feel like you're clear and concise. However, I do feel like they could stand to get a little bit more communication from you. I feel like maybe you don't talk to them a whole lot, and they don't always know what's going on, but they still kind of trust that you're doing it right. Like it feels like they're not talking to you like on a day-to-day basis or about every task you're doing, but they still kind of trust you to get it done and kind of like a not micromanaging you, not having to micromanage you kind of way. Let's see here. I feel like they think you work really well with others on your team, if there are others on your team. Let's see. And Perthro, that's interesting. So I feel like there's a couple things coming through with that. So for some of you, if you've really shown yourself at work and you've done some really positive things, your boss definitely considers themselves lucky. Lucky to have hired you, lucky to have found you. You're just the right person for the job. because I feel like maybe you really helped them with something. But if that's not resonating, the other thing coming through is like your boss took a chance when they hired you, but it's like a gamble that paid off because you're starting to prove yourself. But I do feel like there was some element of risk in hiring you. Maybe you're new to the workforce, new to the field. You didn't have exactly the right experience that they had wanted, but it's been like they hired you and you've still met and even exceeded expectations in some way. So it's like they took a risk in hiring you, but it was like it's turned out to be worth it so far, I feel. Um, Let me see. I'm going to pull some more tarot now. Let's see if we can get more details. So, Spirit, for group one, what does group one's boss think of group one? We have the Tower. We have the Page of Pentacles. Maybe some of you were hired when the business or the company was kind of struggling, or the department you were hired into was maybe thrown into a bit of chaos, and maybe the specific talent and energy that you offered has been able to help fix that, repair some things that were broken. It feels like you were offering just the right things that the company, department, whatever it is, needed at yeah, it's like you came on at just the right time to help them out. We have the Knight of Swords. Again, that clear, concise communication. I feel like they also feel like you swoop in to help solve problems really quickly. It's like you're very sharp. You can figure things out really easy. Like if you're really new to this job and maybe that's why you're drawn to this reading, like you don't know what your boss thinks of you yet. It's like if you're new, they're like with the Nephil up here, they're still trying to figure out what it is they make of you if you're new. But it's like so far they're impressed. So far they like what you're doing, right? But it might not be quite enough information for them to make that big decision just yet. But I feel like for those of you who have been around for a while, I feel like it's more like you're consistently helping out. You're consistently solving problems. You're consistently putting out fires is specifically what I heard. Let's see, we have the Five of Pentacles. And then for maybe one or two of you, you're asking about, obviously with the Tower there, the Five of Pentacles, a job that you're no longer at. Like you're asking about like an old boss, a boss that you're no longer working for. And I want to say specifically one that you were let go of. I feel like honestly they're not thinking about you too much if that's what you're asking about. I feel like they're too busy putting out fires, and maybe you being gone is the reason they're too busy putting out fires. I don't know. But I feel like yeah, if this is a job you were let go of, I feel like there's a struggle. There's a struggle going on with them right now, or their department, or your boss, or something like that. They're struggling to keep up since you left. But for everyone else here, Spirit, can we get some more clarity? For some of you, your boss might feel like you're a little bit underpaid for the amount of work you do, and they know this. The amount they're allowed to pay you in that case might be out of their hands. Or it might just be, if it is in your boss's hands, I mean, it depends on the industry and what type of boss you have, right? Some bosses have that decision, others don't. But if they do have the power to give you a raise and they know you're kind of being underpaid, it might just be your next performance review coming up. They're going to be discussing that, or you might even need to bring it up. And if you bring it up, I feel like that will go positively for you. And the Queen of Cups in reverse just fell out here. And we have the Fool. So I have been kind of getting this energy from the beginning. There's a little bit of your boss perceives iciness from you, like a coldness. Like you're very clear, concise, sharp, good professional communicator, but I feel like your boss doesn't experience much like warmth, small talk, I mean, connection beyond just direct, no connection or communication beyond just directly talking about work, tasks at work, things like that. It's just very uh, professional, surface level. Um, for some of you, it might even be like your communication is so work related and so efficient that it comes across as cold, even if you don't mean it that way. Um, I don't want to say it's quite coming across as bitchy, but it's just like it's not warm. Okay, so your boss is perceiving your communication with them. There is some sort of lack of warmth that they're perceiving from you. Um, yeah. And I mean, I just heard that for some of you, it's like you're that way because you're like matching your boss's energy and your boss is kind of that way. So you're just kind of like your boss isn't warm, so you feel weird talking warm or friendly to them, you know? I mean, it just depends on your situation, of course. But Spirit, anything else? How does group one's boss see them? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Very practical. One second. Okay, I'm back. So I had just pulled the Queen of Pentacles. Your boss thinks you are very practical, you're very organized, you're very good at your job. And if you're newer, they feel like you have the potential to, even if you're not newer, they feel like you have the potential to move up and keep moving up the ranks and get promoted. So I feel like overall your boss is pretty happy with your work that you're doing. But I'm going to pull some emoji cards here as well. See if we can get any other details or associations. I just feel like we need to look at the bottom of the deck here. So we have the Nine of Cups reversed. Again, this lack of warmth, this lack of happiness, for some of you it might even be that your boss perceives that you don't actually like your job. You don't actually like coming to work, even if you're good at it, which, that's a lot of us. Not everybody likes their job. You just do it for the income. But I feel like your boss wants you to be happier at work, wants you to have a little more fun for most of you. Okay, Spirit, anything else? Wow, sorry about that. I had to take a little break one more time. There seem to be a lot of distractions in this reading, and it's giving kind of like, remember when I was saying your boss feels like there's not quite as much communication as they would like? I feel like that might be because there's a lot of distractions. So for a lot of you, it might be that like every time you try to have a conversation with your boss or they try to talk to you, distractions keep coming up and cutting off the conversation short. So it's like you can't actually have the conversation that they want to have or that you guys need to have, because there's always some emergency coming up, some sort of distraction, some other pressing task. So that might be part of the reason for that for you guys. But anyway, Spirit, do you have anything else? What does group one's boss think of them? Okay, so we have, I don't know what you call this hand gesture, like A-okay. So your boss thinks your work is good. Like I've been saying, you're good at your job. Everything's okay. If that's something you're anxious about, stressed about, is that like your boss thinks you're not doing good enough? Like that's not true. They do. And they feel like you are good at putting out fires. That's a phrase that just keeps coming up. Okay, so we have the toilet. Spirit, anything else? And these can be specific associations with the job. I don't know if some of you have to clean the bathrooms at your work sometimes. I feel like that's something that's appreciated. Or just cleaning up messes, or you're the one that's good at going in for the really tough, awful situations. You're the one that they can rely on for that. So we have the lightning bolt. I want to say fast responder. There's a lot of cards here about speed. Like you're very fast at things, which is interesting because in the beginning I was saying, like they seem to think you overthink things before taking action, but it's like, maybe some of you, if you are fast to act, it's like maybe you post-analyze your decisions, like you overthink what you did after the fact, maybe because you jumped in to help so fast, and it's like, I feel like they may think that's not actually necessary. Like you overthink and second guess yourself after you've done something, and it's like there's almost this reassurance that wants to come in that no, it's actually good, you're fine, you're doing a good job. Okay, we have the sick emoji. Some of you though, you might like call in sick to work a lot, and if that's the case, I feel like either they are actually maybe a little concerned about your health, or it's like they're worried that you're calling in sick because you're about to quit or something. I mean, they don't want to lose you, I feel like. Even if you're newer and they don't know you very well, again, there's this potential. There's this potential that you really are going to be a great fit or be promoted. Okay, we have the basketball. That could be a specific association for somebody. We have the grapes. Again, I do feel like your boss wishes they could get you more money. It might just be out of their hands, or it's just not time yet for that conversation. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you'd like to add here? What does Group 1's boss think of them? There is something about sparkling clean. It could just be that you clean up messes literally or figuratively, like you're just cleaning up messes. Like I said, some of you might have come in when things were really chaotic and messy and stressful, and you just left it polished. I also feel like there is something about your appearance and the way you dress is very polished. You might just do your hair really well. I am seeing something about very nice hair, hair and makeup really well. Dress well. You're just very polished. You're very professional. You're very clean. I just feel like you might come across as just a little cold, not quite as warm and friendly as your boss might have expected. But anyway, Group 1, that's what I have for you. That's what I got for what does your boss think of you. So if this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. If not, feel free to give it a thumbs down. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to. And if you're new here and you liked this reading, please consider subscribing. I make a lot of pick a card tarot readings on this channel on a variety of topics, which you can find categorized under the playlist tab on my channel page. So go check those out if you're interested. But anyway, just remember that no matter what your question is, and no matter what answer any tarot reading gives you, the ultimate answer to any question in this universe is love. But anyway, thanks again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye! Hi Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the rough piece of fire quartz today. So the topic for today's pick a card tarot reading is, what does your boss think of you? What is your boss's opinion of you? So simple topic, let's just jump right in. So for you guys, we have Kenaz, which is kind of the rune of work, the rune of your craft, what you work on, what you're skilled at. So very interesting that would come up in this reading. From the Animal Spirit Oracles, we have the bat. Interesting. We have the firefly. Interesting. Both air signs here. So we also have Rada from the Norse mythology oracles, which is the spirit of lightning, and we have Mimir, which says omniscient, advisor, and counsel. Okay, so strong energy coming through here. And I mean that in terms of your boss's perception of you. I feel like you come on very strong. So I feel like a lot of you here, you have a very a forceful personality. A personality that comes on really strong. You might have more of a type A type of personality, be more aggressive, but if that's not you, it's just your energy. Your energy comes on really strong because there's a lot of depth, and it radiates very powerfully. How how do I say this? It's like your energy field is very strong. For some of you, this manifests as a very a forceful, strong personality, but for others of you, your mere presence, people can feel this energy coming on very strongly. And I keep feeling like a magnet, I guess, like a magnetic kind of energy. So it's like, I want to say your boss feels like your skills, your work, your experience, they think for themselves, or they don't think for themselves. They speak for themselves, right? Your work speaks for itself. Who you are speaks for itself. They trust you to get things done. They feel like you get things done quickly. They feel like you can be relied upon. I feel like especially if there are people working underneath you, like you also have your own team that you manage, I feel like they think you're a great leader. And for some of you, you don't like officially have that team to manage, but you're kind of like the leader of your coworkers. And they see that, they appreciate that. They know that you're the wise one. They know that you're the one that knows what's going on. I feel like maybe the most experienced on your team as well. But yes, you're very powerful. You're very forceful. You're like a very crucial member of the team, actually. And I do want to say crucial. You're like a very important building block, or I want to say stone in the foundation of the company or department or whatever it is that your boss is managing. You're a very, very critical piece. Let's see here. So the bat, that's interesting. This is like, I'm gonna need more clarity on that one, but there's depth to you. Your boss is picking up on a lot of depth to you that I feel like you don't necessarily communicate at work. I feel like at work you're constantly maybe switching from like one task to another. You're always busy. You are always on the ball. You're always getting things done. Yeah, really. I feel like your boss is just really impressed with your work and your experience, and you're the exact perfect fit for the job. And I'm going to pull some more tarot in a minute here, but yes, very skilled, experienced, and there's something about flight. I'm trying to figure out what that means. Flight. I mean, this could be this fast-paced moving energy that I'm picking up on, but I feel like there's something more to it than that. That might be a specific thing for somebody. Flight. Like wings, airplanes, moving through the air. I mean, for some of you, the flight air energy just could indicate that this is a remote position that you're working under. I'm not exactly sure what I'm picking up on, but maybe this tarot will help clarify it. I do feel like I don't want to say your boss is necessarily attracted to you or your body, because that might not be like the relationship. Like, for instance, if like you're both straight women, your boss wouldn't be like attracted to you, but I feel like your boss sees that you are attractive. Both your face and your body, there's something about it that's it's either attractive or very strong. There's a strength to you, and I feel like that's going back to this. You have this strong, forceful kind of energy to you. But Spirit, can you help us get more clarity here? What does Group 2's boss think of Group 2? Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, that's exactly it. So you see how like Alice is like drowning on this image? I feel like your boss, again, you're constantly busy. You're constantly jumping from one task to another. So I do feel like, oh, and the bat represents depth. Yes, so I feel like your boss sees that you might be drowning in too many responsibilities, too much work. And I don't know yet if they actually want to help that or just keep letting it go. I guess it depends on what type of person your boss is. Let's see. But yeah, they do notice and see that you're kind of drowning in your workload. And it might be unfair to some degree. Let's see here. Spirit, how does Group 2's boss see Group 2? Six of Wands. Again, that forceful personality. I do feel like you stand strong. I feel like you're very confident. Even if you're not confident in other areas of your life, maybe some of you aren't socially confident, or you're not, maybe not confident in certain skills and abilities you have, but it seems like in terms of work, your craft, your experience, your skill set, you're very confident because you know what you're doing and you keep proving that, and your boss sees that. That confidence definitely shows through, and I think that's kind of part of what makes your energy here so forceful, as I keep saying, so magnetic, so powerful. Okay, we have the King of Wands. Again, that confidence, knowing exactly what you're doing, very decisive with your decisions. Even if you aren't in a leadership role yourself, you are giving leader energy. Like your boss perceives you as a leader. Even if you're on the same like hierarchy level as your coworkers, you're the one that's basically in charge. You're the one that's running it. You're the one that knows what's going on. And your boss definitely sees that about you. Okay, we have the Sun. Again, this bright, forceful, masculine energy. You take action. You know what you're doing. You can, of course, in the whole scope of your life, be balanced between your masculine and feminine energy, but obviously the workplace is where you demonstrate that masculine energy, and you demonstrate it very well. You're a hard worker. You're a smart worker. You work both hard and smart, right? Yeah, just good at it, knowledgeable, strong leadership capabilities. There's a lot of air coming through here, so that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We've got Leo. We've got a lot of fire, so fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We also have Scorpio. But I want to say Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo most strongly. It doesn't have to be. That could also be your boss's signs as well. So 6 of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles. Again, of course, you're the Queen of Pentacles. That matches everything we've been hearing here. She's very organized. She's very skilled. She's very good at leading and organizing practical matters. That's kind of exactly what we're talking about here. But I'm getting mentor energy. I feel like your boss thinks that you have such strong potential for leadership. You might even be better at it than them, they feel. And obviously, depending on what type of person your boss is, you know them better than me. And there's a lot of different people reading this. But for some of you, if your boss is the jealous type, obviously that's gonna manifest as jealousy. It's gonna manifest in them as anxiety about their position. Like if you're really good at this, you're giving all these boss vibes, all these leader vibes, and your boss might feel threatened about their own job security. Like, okay, group 2 might take my job someday because they're maybe better at this than I am, right? But you know, if your boss is more confident, more secure in themselves, you know, they're not easily threatened. If it's that type of boss, they totally want to mentor you. They want to help you grow, and they want to help you become even better. So I feel like for a lot of you, if you have a boss with, you know, a healthy confidence, not super insecure, they want to help you. They want to be your mentor. And the other way around too, right? Because they see how competent you are, how good you are. They for some of you, they even see you two as almost on like an equal level where you can help each other. Like they give you advice, you take it, and you give them advice and they take it, right? So it depends on your dynamic. You know your dynamic with your specific boss more than me, obviously, because I'm just reading the general energy for the group here. But yeah, it's really healthy for some of you, and they love that relationship if it's like mutual, or they're able to be a mentor for you. And if they're not acting as a mentor, but and it's a healthy relationship, this boss really wants to be that for you. Especially if they're significantly older than you, and maybe they started in the same position as you did. They want to be that mentor. But then again, for a few of you, there is some, like, you know, jealous vibes, you know, insecure about their position. And if that's the case, it's just because you're good at what you do and they feel threatened. And I mean, that's kind of sick if that's the case for you. And I'm sorry, but I'm just sorry. That always sucks. I've been through that before personally. It's just how some people are. There are a lot of people that just can't be happy for other people's success and feel easily threatened. And I'm sorry if that's the case for you, but you'll know if that's you. And we have the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I also feel like you are very efficient. You get things done quickly. But I'm going to pull some emoji cards now. So Spirit for Group 2. Anything else you'd like to say about how Group 2's boss perceives Group 2? Oh my gosh, this was the first card that came up in Group 1. So, yes, they find your work very good, very excellent, I want to say. Excellent is the word I'm hearing. But I also heard fine, like your body is fine. So that came through again. So for some of you, your boss might just appreciate your physical beauty. I don't want to say they have a crush on you, because I feel like for a lot of you, your boss is actually married. I keep being drawn to like a wedding ring. Like that's what I keep seeing. So your boss might be married. But I just feel like they still like appreciate your physical appearance for some reason. Let's see here. Spirit, what else? All right, I guess both of these are coming through. Fire. So that's so interesting. We have the Spirit of Lightning, which is fiery. We have the Firefly, which is technically an air sign, but it's a firefly. We have the Sun. So a lot of fiery energy here. I feel like this is that that confidence that I've been talking about from the beginning, this forceful personality, this forceful energy, this confidence and competence. You're very good at what you do. Very fiery. A lot of you might actually love what you do, and that's why you're so good at it. You're very passionate about your work, very passionate about your craft. Okay, so we have the fist emoji, and I'm hearing like fist bump in particular. So I don't know, maybe for a lot of you, your boss perceives you as like good friends, good buddies. Let's see. We have the cruise ship. That's interesting. And again, these can be specific things on the emoji cards, so take them as they resonate. But maybe a work trip is relevant, work vacation trip is relevant in some way that your boss associates you with. You might also travel a lot for work, and that would explain a lot of the flying energy that I was picking up in the beginning. Maybe some of you literally fly a lot, you travel a lot, or maybe your boss is considering promoting you or moving you to a position where you might be traveling more or working remotely more, or maybe a hybrid situation, maybe adjusting that in some way. Let's see, we have the hamburger. I mean, some of you might just work in fast food, so that could be a confirmation for you. And which of these cards are you trying to say, Spirit? This one. Okay, so that is the Ghost. I feel like this is more like your boss doesn't have to communicate a lot with you. They don't have to micromanage you, and they like that because you kind of get things done. You take on that responsibility. You take on that leadership responsibility kind of for them, and they like it. They don't have to worry about you, and they think it's great. Except for the few of you where your boss is jealous and they worry that you're just doing too good. But obviously, that's not for everybody. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. That's what I have for you. If this resonated, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. If it didn't, feel free to give it a thumbs down as well. Comment down below to let me know what you thought. I always appreciate that. And if you're new here and you liked this reading and you like pick a card tarot readings in general, I make a lot of pick a card tarot readings on this channel on a variety of topics, which you can find categorized under the playlist tab on my channel page. So go check those out if you are interested. But anyway, just remember that no matter what your question is and no matter what answer any tarot reading gives you, the ultimate answer to any question in this universe is love. So just remember that. And again, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Hi, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys chose the agate geode today. Very beautiful stone. So today we are asking, what does your boss think of you? What is your boss's opinion of you right now? So let's just jump in and get started. So for you, Group 3, for your rune, we have Awaz. Very nice. That is a rune of partnership, teamwork, trust, communication, loyalty. So great. I feel like your boss feels like your work partnership, your work relationship, very solid, very stable. It's a great rune to have for that. From the Animal Spirit Oracle, we have the turtle, and we also have the shark. So both water signs, very interesting. From the Norse mythology, we have Durin, which says the doorkeeper and navigation in reverse. And we have Sigyn, who is Loki's wife, and it says loyalty. Okay, so interesting. Loyalty, very strong theme in this rune, but obviously with this card as well. So obviously your boss feels very loyal to you. They feel like you are very loyal to them. I feel like they don't think anything is going to change or end about the relationship between you, your work relationship at all. Feels like they have your back at the company or within your job, and they feel like you have your back. You know, it's a mutual thing. There's a lot of mutual energy going on here, especially trust. I feel like your boss trusts you completely, and I feel like they hope that you trust them too, to the same level. They hope that trust is mutual, but I feel like they have given you a lot of responsibility because they trust you so much, or they will be, depending on, you know, the context of your situation here, of course. Let's see. You can absolutely be trusted to do a good job, to get things done. I'm getting a strong Taurus energy here as well. Taurus and Capricorn. And we have, of course, water here as well, but the signs don't matter too much in this reading. We're just picking up on their view of you. They see you as very practical, loyal, trustworthy, absolutely. Maybe a little bit mysterious too. Maybe you don't talk too much about your personal life, but your work relationship is like spot on. It's on point. I'm also picking up something about animals, and obviously that's not for everybody here, but I feel like maybe for a lot of you, you actually work with animals, like working at a veterinarian's office or something like that. I'm seeing very clearly. Doesn't have to be. It could just be that maybe you talk about animals, or maybe that is the area of your personal life where you've actually bonded with your boss, is talking about your pets. Any type of pets, cats, dogs, turtles. I feel like there is maybe some sort of connection there. There's something around animals between you two. Let's see here. So Doran being in reverse, it's giving gatekeeper. I don't know why. This could just be that some of you, maybe you work like a front desk job and your boss, like, you know, does something else in the back. Like, for instance, what I was just picking up on, the veterinarian's office. Maybe you run the front desk and your boss is the vet. It could just be that you act literally as the gatekeeper for who gets past and who gets to talk to him. Like, not everybody gets to talk to him. So they're able to put that kind of trust in you, that you are, you know, trust that you're going to weed out the bad things from them and only bring the pertinent information to them, or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to be different in everybody's situation, but let's pull some tarot to get some clarity here. So Spirit, for Group 3, how does Group 3's boss see them? Okay, we have the Three of Wands, This one wants to come out, the Three of Pentacles. So with the threes here in this rune, obviously good communication. Your boss thinks the communication between you two is excellent. I feel like they think that you're kind of on the same wavelength a lot of the time. Like you don't actually have to say a lot for you to like get each other. So for a lot of you, I'm getting that this is maybe a really established connection. You've been with this boss for a while, so you kind of know this. But for others of you, they just they see this turning into that. They see this becoming a very good, like if you're newer, they see this becoming something very solid, where you guys are going to have a very strong relationship, very strong communication once you get to know each other a little bit better. Obviously, your boss sees you as a very good collaborator, working well with others, working well with customers. Again, that gatekeeping energy, some of you might have to almost shield your boss from how customers are sometimes, or it might work the other way around. I'm not exactly sure. Your boss might sometimes perceive you as a little bit impatient, or that you are the one who is keeping track of the deadlines. Like maybe you kind of have to hound them or nag them a bit to get them to do stuff in a timely manner, because you're the one that's organized, you're the one that's keeping things flowing. And I don't feel like your boss is annoyed if you do that. Like if you're worried that that annoys your boss, it's like, no, that's one of the things they appreciate about you, because maybe they're just a little chaotic and all over the place, and you're the solid, stable turtle that keeps everything going. It's like they need you. They need that energy about you. It's not annoying to them. It's needed. It's appreciated, actually. Let's see here. So we have the King of Swords. You could be very strategic as well. I feel like again, mutual partnership here. I feel like your boss hired you, or they hired you because you fill in their gaps, their weaknesses, and they feel like you do it really well. Like they feel like you complement each other. You have all the skills where they are weak that they really, really needed, and you fit the position really well, regardless of whatever your position is. I think this one wants to come out. We have the Magician and the Page of Swords. Yeah, your boss can just trust you to get things done. You make things happen. They even give you like sometimes a little fraction of an idea, a little fraction of a thought, and then you just manifest it full blown into reality for them. And it's like super impressive. It's super exactly what they need. I think they think you're basically perfect for the job. Anything else, Spirit? Maybe on a more personal level, if that exists in this relationship. What does Group 3's boss think of Group 3? We have the High Priestess. Okay, so again, that mystery energy. So I guess maybe you guys, despite this great work communication here, you guys aren't talking too much on a more personal level, which is fine. You're keeping things real professional, or at least your boss perceives it that way. Seven of Cups. So yeah, again, that mystery energy. Your boss doesn't really know much about you outside of work, but they think you're great. You are great at work. It's all good things. They might not actually see you or have a chance to, because I mean, this could be, if it's a remote position, obviously they might not have even seen you in person before, and it's all just been a remote relationship, but it's still so synergistic and effective that they appreciate it. But yeah, fair and balanced. I'm also hearing work-life balance. Your boss feels like they are giving you really good work-life balance. Whether or not you agree with that, I don't know. If you disagree with that, you might want to talk to them about it, because I think they want you to have that. That's important to them, because they don't want to lose you. You are such a good worker. Like, they don't want to lose you. So I feel like it might give you some negotiation power if you ever need it. Because maybe if your boss hasn't expressed how much they appreciate you or how effective you are at the role, this is how they're feeling. So it's just like, if you ever need to use that as leverage to maybe ask for a raise or different hours or something like that, I feel like you absolutely have that. And then I just opened it up and we have the King of Wands here. So yeah, You absolutely can get things done. This boss isn't worried about you. They feel like they could leave for a few months and you would still take care of everything, and like nothing would fall apart because you're so responsible and good at the job. But let me see. I'm going to pull some emoji cards to see if we can get any other details or clarity. So Spirit for group 3. What does their boss think of them for group 3? We have the hamburger. So again, that came up in another group, I think. It might just be some of you work in fast food or something like that. Or maybe you have business lunches together or something, which would surprise me though, since it seems like you guys don't talk about personal stuff too often. Maybe if you have lunches together, you still only talk about work. I don't know. Let's see. We have the lipstick. Okay, I was kind of picking up on this a little bit earlier, and I just like didn't want to go down this road, this vibe, but it's like your boss might be attracted to you, might picture you without clothing sometimes, if that's like the type of vibe, if that actually would happen with your particular boss. But yeah, for some of you, like if you were suspecting that maybe your boss is attracted to you, it's like a yes, they definitely are. And they wonder about that. They're curious about that. It's part of this mystery energy I was picking up on. Okay, we have the crystal ball. Again, that mystery energy. So I feel like this is coming up because your boss kind of wants to get to know you more. Like you have such a great work relationship. I feel like they want to know you more on a personal level. And yeah, if they're attracted to you, it might be on a romantic level too. But I feel like just on a platonic level as well. Like I feel like this is the type of boss that would want to like invite you out to like their family barbecue or something like that, you know, just because they trust you, they think you're a great worker, but also just a good person. Like they like you as a person and they wouldn't mind getting to know you more. They just don't know that much about you because I guess those conversations haven't been had. But yeah, some mystery here. And you say for some of you, you do have that kind of relationship where you are like platonic friends with your boss. It's like there's some other mystery here about you that intrigues them, some other depth, or they know there's some door to you that hasn't been unlocked and they're curious about opening it. And for some of you, yeah, it's romantic because they're attracted to you, but for others of you, it's something else, and you'll probably know what that something else is. Okay, we have the blue heart. Yeah, it's good vibes. Like your boss likes you, and if they're not communicating this to you, maybe that's just not their personality to just express positive things. I mean, that's just how some people are. They don't always express appreciation as often as they feel it, but yeah, I feel like this boss would almost be like lost if you were gone, if you had just left. So that's what I have for you, group 3. I hope this resonated. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. If not, feel free to give it a thumbs down as well. If you're new here and you liked this reading and you like pick a card tarot readings in general, please consider subscribing because I make a lot of pick a card tarot readings on a variety of topics, which you can find categorized under the playlist tab on my channel page. Feel free to leave a comment as well if you feel drawn to. I always appreciate those. But just remember that no matter what question you're asking and no matter what answer any tarot reading gives you, the ultimate answer to any question in this universe is love. But anyway, thanks again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!